It is about an hour before my one-on-one. Obviously, I have this call. Sorry, my Whoop is charging. This is probably the most annoying thing about it, but it's literally not that annoying. It's only because I'm being productive today and I'm really talking really fast. Sorry about that. Um, but yeah, like I have my one-on-one today, and really the one thing that I am really aiming for. I know, don't mind how chopped I look because of my lack of a cut. I'm really aiming for obviously to get some amazing knowledge out of this one on one, which I've just been watching some of Nemi's stuff, and I've been like, first of all, he's American. I'm not listening like I don't know. This isn't racism by no means, but everybody that be teaching and stuff is European foreign. I'm like, yo, is it something in the education system? He sounds American as hell. He might not live in America, but he sounds American, right? So I'm very happy about that because there's not gonna be any language barrier. Um, and so I'm going to really take my time to actually learn from him. I have everything that I want to talk about written down here on my phone that we're gonna go over. We're gonna do like not even a whole rework of my system, a whole evaluation of my system, stuff I need to cut out, stuff I need to add in, stuff that's unnecessary, stuff that is necessary. We're gonna go over a couple of my trades, if time permits. Obviously, I want to go over a couple of my outlooks. Like I'm not here to get baby fed. Like I'm not gonna be sitting here speculation, seeing what Nemi's taking and taking the same thing. No, I still have my market outlook with my friends too. That is amazing because like I'm like literally bouncing off ideas with great traders after forming my own opinion. And so that's definitely something I want to learn. Obviously, like we're gonna have that approach. So systemize my trading, see what my problem is. Yeah. Systemize my trading, see what my problem is. Do everything like that. After that, obviously, the biggest thing I want to accomplish as well is like getting and working towards that first payout. I have a fresh FTMO account just ready to be absolutely passed to the limits, like in God's grace. So I'm also gonna do my prayer as well. Already reviewed what I did last week. I think that was personally a good trade. That's a personally good trade. I'm also probably going to get like after first payout. I'm investing into a trading journal heavily, right? I'm going to explain to him obviously my situation, where I'm at currently in life, and like I'm putting blast my dollars literally into this mentorship course. And so explain to him obviously where I'm at in life, um, and then yeah, like really build upon that, and then having that because not that I want to move it from Notion. Notion is great. Um, I'm still probably going to use Notion, but being able to have my trades automatically sync recorded and then have AI also break it down, unbeatable, right? So that's something that I want to trade focus journal. Hopefully, I'm really praying that honestly, I know it's. I have literally I can get three, if I can like bank four trades, and I could be withdrawing my first ever payout, and that would be $5,000. And I believe I can do it this month. I believe this month is my breakout month, and I'm praying to God like literally I can feel it in my veins. And so obviously I'm gonna be waking up early. I'm gonna be going to sleep early. I didn't wake up early enough today. That's one of my biggest issues is waking up, and that starts the day before when you go to sleep. But it's daylight savings, and I just wasn't gonna be fully alert, and I didn't want to do that if I just didn't trade. So I'm adjusting. I just bought this. I'm going to start doing my market outlooks on Saturday. Obviously with my weekly reviews because Sunday I have two weekly reviews that I'm bouncing off of just to make sure. But I'm not checking the speculation for like any type of trade hopping. I want to pass the trades on my own, right? I want to win on my own. And I want to stop taking good losses and start taking great wins and good losses, Because losses are obviously part of the game, and sometimes you're going to have a losing week, but it should be losing quarters, losing months on end, losing multiple trades. I don't trade. I only trade one day. Like I'm fine with just losing and doing this, and this. It's the majority of times I win. So increasing and improving my system, helping get me to ask better questions on my losing setups and my winning setups. so I could get that information for myself and seek that information for myself to constantly improve for myself. I'm also kind of feeling the cornrows. Like, this isn't bad. I actually really like it. Now, my side profile, I think I just need to cut it, but that's besides the point. So, uh, yeah, like really fundamentalizing and compartmentalizing my approach on winning and losing setups, but really fundamentalizing my approach, fundamentalizing how I'm approaching this next week that's happening, how I approached the previous week, right? Like reviewing some of the trades. I really want to like try and break it down into these specific like questions and quarters and get the most out of what I'm paying for. Obviously, um, there's a community of traders there. I'll probably won't to them the next session. I don't want to like. I didn't pay to like. Obviously, I paid to get the connection as well to a good trader and see how he approaches private funds once I get to that point. Um, and there's a great community of traders there, but like I'm not here. I'm not going to be talking during trading session. I'm not going to be checking during trading session. Only time I'm checking stuff is during what's it called? Turns out like the only thing I'm actually doing is during the weekends when I talk. Like between then, that's time for me to literally sit and do my own speculation and not get babysit because that's the one thing I will not have happen um during. I'm not gonna have that happen during my trades because that's like time for me to actually trade and learn. And so doing that, approaching it, um, I do a lot of fair value gap Model 1 entries. Like if you see it, it's mostly Model 1. Reviewing my win rate with that, it's not as good as actually entering on the soup. And I've marked out some soups. And I feel like if I were to enter on the soup on a good majority of these trades, now a lot of them turn out to sometimes just be the soup, right? Like here, I like on my USD CAD trade, you could have said I entered off the breaker, but really it could have been the breaker being the key level. And then obviously, right, like I'm marking it because it's like it's right here. Okay, it's still recording. Um, the breaker being like right here before the low, and then you just wait and you have a turtle suit, right, at 3 a.m. And instead, I'm just not taking like this little piece here. I'm taking off a previous piece, uh, like price action. And so obviously, because I also like weekly trade, I don't really day trade as much. I usually take the candle of the week. I really like that type of style of trading more. I believe day trading is just a little too volatile. I don't like that. I would like that more after I get paid out. Like I like that more only when I'm trading the evaluation for day trading. If it's not that, I would prefer to hold over the week because it gives me a lot more time, a lot less stress free. But I could also just be offloading capital into multiple positions. So that's kind of where I'm at. Obviously, I'm risking well. Um, I don't try to take that many trades, but I do try to take a good amount of winning trades. So that's currently where I'm at. Currently where I'm going to be. This is before the one-on-one call. Like I said, I was looking at how he analyzed stuff. Very similar approach. He just has a really great lens on the market and how he approaches stuff. And if he loses, he's transparent. If he wins, he's transparent. His break-even system is even a little bit more too, which I want to break down into because of turtle suits. It's a little different for me when I'm entering and I don't have that much leeway. His leeway is a lot because he's usually entering at some sort of bottom. So like I would obviously like to see that, especially in comparison to like how he does his how he manages his stop loss. I saw his stop loss thing. He manages his stop loss, and then basically from there, he just had that discretion of is this um is this trade enough RR for you, right? Um, like he might not risk all this because it's a really big stop. I would risk all this because it's fundamental, but technically, price doesn't have to come down anywhere there, right? Technically, I could just do it here, and then that makes sense. But then I also want to make sure if my entry, is taking account for what's it taking account for? It's taking account for equilibrium and all that great jazz. And so in doing so, I mean, you just yeah, it is. That's kind of how I'm approaching it. So yeah, that's just something I want to talk about. I'm probably gonna upload this as a YouTube video. Yeah,